Studio 96. Zaprasza Mateusz Opyrchał.
This is like a journey a bit like next door, because you live permanently in Germany. People say that you are probably the most famous Irishman in Germany. Is that true?
I'm going to go with it. The Kelly family and me. That's the way I kind of feel about it. So,
And that's it.
although Ronan Keating is in Germany at the moment in The Voice. So that's, I don't know. I love living in Germany. You know, I miss home, but I love what I do. And what I do is here in Europe. And I love living in Germany. And it was one of the best decisions in my life. I was 19, I think. And I just went, right, fuck this, and packed my bag and moved to Germany.
Alvaro Soler says that every time, like, Germany is the place.
It is. You know, I love Alvaro, and we both laugh a lot together. And we have a kind of similar story, you know. It's like we were guests in the country, like, you know, and I feel very, very at home as well. At one point, I just decided, okay, I'm entitled to two homes. You know, I don't have to just feel like I miss home. You know, if you think Ireland is your home, which it is to me, but because I was away so many years, I'd feel like, okay, homesick is kind of part of my life. But I just decided, no, Germany's home as well. So whatever I'm doing, I'm always close to home.
Your life is a bit of an American dream. As you said, you packed your bag and just go. Is that true that you started your music journey by selling T-shirts during the concerts?
Yeah, I sold. When I moved over, I had no money. I borrowed money from my sister to take the flight, and I had to set up a job. I had to get money straight away, otherwise I had nothing. You know, I really had nothing. I had 50 marks, and I had just finished college, and I rang this guy who I knew, and I'd been on tour as a band with an Irish band. I'd been on one of his tours, and I asked him, "Can I have a job? Can I sell T-shirts?" So he gave me my first job when I was over there, and then I kind of had at the end of a month, the tour was a month, I had a bucket of money. You know, it wasn't the world. It was probably about 1,500 marks or something like that, but it was enough. It was like a starting capital. You know, it kind of got me in the door. And then I started playing my own shows in pubs. I played wherever I could. And I think the adventure was overwhelming because I didn't worry about anything. I wasn't walking around worrying about making money or, you know, surviving. I was like the whole time, wow, this is amazing, and wow. And I just got on with it, you know, and then I started writing songs, and then I started looking for a band, and then I met Raymond, and the first song, Supergirl, was a huge hit. So, you know, I'm a person of the faith, you know. I have a great relationship with God, and I got on my knees and I prayed for what I have. So I'm really okay with my life, you know. It's a dream. I love it. I get up in the morning, not every morning, obviously, but I really go, this is fucking amazing, you know. I have a beautiful wife beside me, my kids, I'm healthy, I love playing music, you know, it's my passion. So I'm very grateful, you know.
And we can all see that on your Instagram, because you got the Instagram for a couple of months, man. Where have you been?
I've been hiding a small bit, like
an old school soldier,
yeah,
I guess.
I think, you know, sometimes it's important. You know, I fucking hate mirrors, you know, because when I look in a mirror, I'm like going, why are you looking at yourself? Who fucking cares? You know, it's like get on with it. And I think, you know, social media is a lot about self-attention. So, and I don't like that. It's not who I am. You know, I like to, because I probably only see my mistakes. I probably only see my failings.
But you got great T-shirts, man.
I do actually have a great selection of T-shirts. Maybe I could do the photos just from about here down. You know, it's just like, I would go with that. You know, but it's like, I think social media is a part of what, you know, the music scene that we live in. And I think that's, it's a cool tool, you know, but I think it's difficult to disconnect. And that's why it's important, you know, because you don't want to be living in it. You know what I mean? If you're looking at your phone the whole time, which I do, I'm a victim at the same time, because I get hooked. You know, I'll be sitting there and suddenly it's an hour later and I'm like, oh my God, I just looked at my phone for an hour. And
as we all are, so
I know. We shouldn't do it, you know. I prefer to look at, you know, beautiful people and what's around me, you know.
and you look, man, very often into your wife's eyes, I guess, because Josephine is your like muse, is your best friend, as you mentioned. And now Free Like the Ocean is not even stuff about relationships, but this is a song for all the people in the world. This is the song that we can all identify with. Have you always wanted to write about love? That's like a hard theme to song about, I think, to write about.
I think it's what I understand the best, to be honest with you. I mean, I see my role in it, and I'm inspired by it. I definitely never wanted to write a negative song. For me, I can't go dark. Like, you know, I had it with Timbaland. We were in Berlin, and he was over for an MTV award, and I just wanted to meet him, you know, and I wanted to play my music and say, listen, what do you think? And so my wife kicked in the door, essentially, and we walked in, and everyone had texted him going, listen, meet this guy. And I played him my music, and I remember he was like going, you got to go darker. And I was like, I don't want to go darker. Like, I really respected what he said, and he wasn't the first person to say it, but I prefer to kind of have more light, you know. I prefer to create music which inspires you or makes you feel good. I don't think I want to go to the melancholy. I mean, I grew up with it. Like in Ireland, melancholy is our fucking go-to thing, you know. It's like we're the best sad songwriters in the world, and I think I really make a conscious effort to look so long till I find something positive. And you know, in my life, love is definitely one of the positive things, you know, and I'm always happy to write about it. But Free Like the Ocean, it's funny, when I wrote the chorus, and I was writing with Dag Lundenberg, who's like a big writer and a lovely guy, and I wrote the chorus, and I said, it has to be like, you know, free like the ocean. And he was like, and he's Swedish, so he's like, I don't know if I like this. And I'm like going, what the do you not like about it? It's amazing. And I was like, really, it's amazing, and it's amazing. And the next day he goes, you're right, it's amazing. And I was like going, thank God he got it. And I think for me, that's actually the whole song is about that vibe. It's about letting go. It's about that good feeling, you know? And I get it when I listen to the song, and I always feel like I'm a part of music. I don't feel like I'm the only creator. I think music is out there. You have to go and find it. So I always feel like a part of the experience, and so I can talk about it as somebody who doesn't feel like he's the, you know, it's not, how do you say, I'm not like complimenting myself. I'm just going, like, when I hear the song, I get a great vibe, I get a great feeling, and I'm so proud to be a part of it.
The single is brilliant. We're all waiting for the album, man. But this is funny what you said, because Swedish people used to be melancholic, like people from Iceland, I guess. What about your wife? Doesn't she miss you when you go on tour? I think this is the person who pushes you, as you said.
Yeah,
like,
she pushes me out the door. She's like, you know, my wife is, I mean, nothing is perfect, right? So, but we have something which is like so amazing. I love our relationship.
Kind of wild love?
Absolutely. I wrote that about her too. The first part of that song was like, take your top down slowly, I want to see what's inside. She was ringing me from the car, right? And she had just lowered down, it was like an old timer, and it had like a soft top, and she had just lowered down the top of the car, the canopy. And I was like, I was in front of the microphone singing, and she rings, and I always answer the phone when she rings. Like, it's just one of those things I do. And
as all the men should do in the world, yeah.
And there's so many guys at home going, what a wuss, have some balls, man. And it's like, you know, the thing is, we're really good friends, you know, but when she rang me and I said, where are you? I said, I'm just after taking the top off the car. And that's where the lyric came, like, you know, take your top down slowly, I want to see what's in. Obviously it has a sexual connotation, but I don't know, we have this thing, you know, it's like we're going through a journey together. It's an exciting journey, you know, we're parents together, we're friends together, we're lovers together, you know, and the excitement is still there, you know, and I'm not one to predict the future, but I'm definitely one to try and be in the present, you know, and we both try to be here and now. And when I go, like when I go out the door, if I'm going on tour or whatever, I know it hurts now much more than it used to, because, I mean, the pandemic, I was at home for 2 years. And then, so it was difficult to start leaving again. But one thing I always love is when I'm coming home, I'm full of this new energy from my relationship, you know, because I'll miss her when I'm gone. And then you come back, and I think that's something that strengthens us. You know, we're not with each other 7 days a week. I think she'd fucking kill me if I was home 7 days a week. Like, she'd go mental. Because I do have my luggage. But no, we get on really well together, and we've beautiful kids, and we love our life.
Music can open many doors, relationships, love can open many doors, and people need to know you better, man, because here in Poland, I think we can say that three most important parts of your life is your home, music, and there's another one, because, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is a beautiful soul, really. Saving an Angel, foundation that you lead. For over 20 years, you help children all over the world. If you can just tell us more how you do that, and how can we help every day?
You know, I think that's really the last part of that question is really the most important part, you know, and I tell people about what I do. I don't preach. I try not to preach, but my whole idea is that you find it in yourself to help somebody else. It doesn't matter who it is, you know. It's like, if you're doing well, then you have enough energy to give somebody else help, you know, or to pick them up. Because there's enough victims out there. There's enough people who need help. I'm quite good at it because my dad used to do it all the time, you know, and we were a family of 8 kids, and you'd wonder where he would have the time to, like, raise money for a children's hospital. But he always did it, and he still does it, like, to this day, and raises a lot of money. And we always saw in our family the need to help others. It was how we grew up, you know. It was like, if there was a family in the town where I lived who were in difficulty, my mum was there, you know, and she'd walk in and she'd just help them, and she wouldn't make a thing about it, because she felt it was her obligation, because she had 8 healthy kids, you know. She has a good husband, and she was happy, so she was like, okay, I can help them. And I think children, it's the only thing that breaks me is when I see a child in need. Like, if I see a child suffering, it just breaks me. And the only way to react is not with sympathy. I don't want to see them. I don't want them to see me cry. I want them to see me as a strong person who wants to help them, because I think that's the help that they need. You know, I've been in places which would break your heart, but they don't want to see another person crying. They want to have a feeling of hope. So I find I'm good at that. You know, I can walk in and start creating solutions, and, you know, some things are never going to change. Some things won't change in that person's life, but for a moment there might be happiness and hope that you bring. And I think that's my obligation. I think it's more important than my music. But I think the success of my music makes that possible in my life, to have a big impact. And it makes me proud. It fulfills me. And, you know, we've been working in the Ukraine now since 2018. We have a project there called Unhide. And it's an amazing country as well. I mean, there's a lot of Ukrainian people living here in Poland. And the last time I actually was driving through Warsaw on my way to Kiev. And I don't know, I feel comfortable in that role. I feel in the position to raise money. I've been in projects in Ecuador, in Africa, in South Africa, in Belarus, in Germany. And, you know, I've been in so many projects where I come with a lot of knowledge, and I know how to get involved. I know how to win the trust of the people who are in need, to help them help themselves. That's what it's always about, you know. And I'm not a hero because of it. I got to be honest with you. I've made a lot of fucking mistakes in my life, probably too many. But I think this is something that, like I say, it's my passion, and I enjoy it.
And also great mission, man. And another mission is music. Roots tour is coming. We will meet you again in November in Poland. You're coming to Poland again. And that tour gonna be special. Small clubs, great energy. I think we got 5 more minutes. Can you please invite all the Polish people to a big party in Poland, man?
Hi, this is Rea Garvey, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all our Polish fans in Club Proxima on the 26th of November. We chose small clubs because we wanted to be up close. So we're going to get up close. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to see you on the 26th of November, the Roots Tour here in Warsaw in Club Proxima.
Blood, sweat, tears, rock and roll, man.
The whole bag, absolutely.
Rea Garvey here in Poland. Thank you so much for the inspiration talk, man. So good to have you.
Thank you very much. Can't wait to come back. Talk soon.
See you again.
God bless. Bye-bye.